You are likely in your 20s, working a job, trying to pay back loans, having bills that you have to attend to. So you search up what are the best investments out there that can get you out of this rat race. And you have just a few $100s in your account. Then you find videos by Graham Stefan and meet Kevin, just like a lot of young people out there across the world. And then you start to watch and watch and watch, hoping you find answers to help your financial situation. They go on and on and on and on and on about ways you can invest, but in return, most of what they're saying is about the stock market. They're telling you buy index fund, invest in crypto, buy XYZ stock, and blah blah blah. But the truth is, most of this advice is wrong. Many of the wealthiest people, and including the people you are watching, didn't make their first million by investing in stock. Many YouTubers that you can see, or many gurus that you can see online, will give you different strategies and give you different advice, and most of those advices, as usual, will go into the stock market. I do not recommend going into the stock market. The best way for you to invest in your 20s are just 3 ways, and these 3 ways are proven ways because you can see it all around you. If you open your eyes, you can see how many of the 1% are actually replicating these methods. So number 1, invest in yourself. So you can start a company, start your own business. But in order to do this, you must learn skills. So you have to take skills in different courses, online or offline. But primarily, the objective is for you to be able to learn skills and use those skills to create a product. So it doesn't have to be anything complicated. For instance, look at J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter. She learned how to write. She practiced writing. She became really good at it and she sold it. That is primarily the concept on how to get rich as soon as possible in the most legitimate way as possible. Create a product that many people are going to enjoy using and find out strategies that you can implement to market this product. This is it. This is the primary way to get rich in your 20s. Do not, and I repeat, do not waste your time investing in stocks. Look at any example you want to think of. Many people would rather invest in their own company. Okay, and I know I sound like I'm repeating myself over and over, but because of this topic is highly abused online, and you see different resources claiming that stocks is the best way, you do not have that type of funds yet to make that type of returns you need to. So stay away from stocks for now, stay away from crypto for now. And next, if you don't know any other thing you can create, consider starting a YouTube channel. A YouTube channel is something that you'll be happy you started in 5 years time, in 10 years time, because it is very important to build your community. Building your community is actually the real number 2. Build up your community, invest your time, your efforts in building up your community. The best way is to think of it this way. You need to be visible. The more visible you are as a person, or the more visible your product is, the more trust your product will have, or the more trust your personality will have. And the more trust you have means the more people are likely to buy from you. The more people are likely to buy from you will increase your net worth. So primarily, these are the best way to build up and invest yourself in your 20s. So, and an easy way for you to start building up your own community, if you can build an app, great. Build a social media app or something, it's still going to work, you'll be surprised. Or you can just start up your own community online. YouTube is a great place to start, and there are a lot of people that are starting YouTube channels, but that just need to learn how to be consistent. Even me that I'm speaking, I'm one of them. So primarily, these are the 2 ways you want to learn how to invest in yourself. And third, if you can, get a job, but I don't really recommend. Getting a job will help you to raise funds for whatever activity you now want to invest in. That way you won't be asking your parents or your best friends or begging people around to invest in whatever idea or product you believe in, because they might not believe it as passionately as you do. So take your time off and do that. Try and get a job from the skills you have learned. The best thing you can do for yourself in your 20s is to experiment. Experiment. Do not buy the ideology of learning how to experiment across the stock market. The stock market to me is not the real market. And if you think about it, let me give you an example. If the prices of this Amazon stock price starts going up, that does not mean the amount of people that are going to buy from Amazon has also gone up. So look at the example this way. If the stock price of Amazon goes up 10 times, does that mean that the amount of people that bought from Amazon has increased by 10? No. Similarly, if the stock price of Amazon falls 10 times, it does not mean that the amount of people that have bought from Amazon has fallen 10 times. So do not buy this ideology that the stock market is the best place to be in your 20s. You will still lose money trying to learn how to build your own portfolio. Do you get? So either way, it's better you lose money trying to invest in yourself, invest in your own product, invest in your own marketing. It doesn't have to be anything too technical. It just has to be one primary product that you can scale. Skill is your best friend.
So contrary to popular belief, it does not matter if you're entering a market that has a lot of competition. Competition hardly kills businesses as much as people think it does. So long as you're focusing on the right part of the graph, which is the young audience, focus on the entering audience, your business is going to grow. There are many use cases. For instance, you can think about BlackBerry and how they faded out of the market, and with all their massive awareness that they had as a brand, and yet they still faded out and consumers were still able to capture them. Do you get? So never be afraid to start your business idea because you believe that there's an established player out there that might conquer you. No. Same thing with Dangote and Lafarge. When Dangote started, Lafarge was the king. But gradually and slowly, they entered through the entry market of the young people that were just building, and they were able to dominate as well. So this is the path that you should always take. Don't worry about your competition. Just focus on entering the market into the right angle, at the right age group, and gradually grow with that age group, and your business will be successful. So I hope this helps. Never be afraid of competition. Just focus on ensuring that you're doing the best that you can do for your business.
So this is the conclusion and the last and final part of this series. Like I said earlier, investing in the stock market is overhyped. Investing in the stock market will not yield as high return in as little time as investing in your own product or a close friends of yours product. We can also look at the venture capitalist market. You can see as how a lot of venture capitalists are investing so much money in young companies rather than investing so much money in the S&P 500. Time over time again, venture capitalists have seen that they can raise much returns on their investment in investing in a handful of companies. Even though some of these companies may fail, but since they do it across board, when any of these companies become profitable, there's always a very high yield. And this is how these companies have come to be. So now you may now ask me, what other form, how do I invest in myself? Or what do I mean by investing in yourself? I mean investing in your own skills, investing in what you know. As long as you invest in your own skills and invest in what you know, you cannot be easily confused or easily distracted by the market and bamboozled into pushing out more money than you need to, or easily buy into hype, because that's what's happening all around. A lot of companies these days are so focused on their stock prices rather than fulfilling the customer needs, rather than being obsessed with the customer. A lot of companies right now are just focused on how they can use their marketing strategies, their PR strategies, and media companies online, offline, to get their stock prices as high as possible. The stock prices are not aligned with the company's goals or objectives. Apple is a $3 trillion company today. It's not because it has sold so many phones across the whole wide world and maybe 50% of the world is using its phone. No, it's because they have known how to master their art in marketing. They have known how to achieve some KPIs that they set out by themselves and then hype it as if these milestones were so high, when they knew very well that those milestones were quite achievable for themselves. So as a person, you also now have to ask yourself and think like a company. You have to think like a company and also start investing in your own marketing, investing in your own PR. Whatever company you're going to make, just need to ensure that there are a few things you put into place. For instance, whatever company you're going to invest in must be scalable. The product or service you are rendering must be easily scalable, and just the same product must be easily scalable. You have to avoid investing in company or such a company that will require bespoke solutions for every customer. If your company requires bespoke solutions for every customer, it's going to be a hell of a ride. Just for instance, now there's one Coca-Cola for 7 billion people. Do you get? So the probability that a large number of people in that 7 billion is going to buy one Coca-Cola is very high. There's also one Facebook for 7 billion people. So the probability that a large percentage of people are going to use Facebook is very high. There's also one TikTok for 7 billion people. There's one Amazon for 7 billion people. I can go on and on and on. There's one Netflix for 7 billion people. So I can go on and on. you have to create a scalable product. This is highly important. This one Twitch, this one Google, this can go on and on. Every founder that has been able to sell their company for billions of dollars over a very short period of time achieves this by investing primarily in a scalable product. Please like the video and subscribe.